Hi there, I'm Ritesh, and in this video, I'll walk you through Finance Manager. So I just released the version 3 of Finance Manager and have perfected a lot of other things, a lot of issues we have fixed, and some new additional features have been added. So I'll just quickly walk you through all the things. So to get started, we have this. You have this Start Here button. So once you purchase a template, you can use these steps to step by step set up the template from scratch. So we got a bunch of steps. You can directly add all the things and do all the steps here itself. And once everything done, you can start using the template. And apart from that, you also have the documentation now. So here you can get a clear idea of like how each and every feature needs to be used properly. And we have video explanation, everything, screenshot, a lot of the things. And then you have all the views. So you got all your buttons to quickly add stuff, a chart for income, expense, cash flow. Then you have the expense chart here and the expenses, income, account transfer, subscription, all these views are there to give you like a glance of your finances. Then you have the monthly report. So this has been worked on a lot. So with this monthly report now, you can see, you can change the report live sort of. So you can see you have the expenses by category now, and you can see a comparison from the previous month in percentage, and you can also see how much you actually spent and how much actually went out of your account. So because of credit card like expenses you make this month will be paying next month, so it accounts for that as well. And you can simply switch to say name, and you can see individual expenses now. So that's pretty easy to switch. And similarly you have the filters. So basically you can filter for expenses made only through credit card, expenses made only through debit card, and combined. So that's there. Then you have the credit card specific report. So you can see how much the credit card expense was, so how much expense you made through credit card and how much credit card payments you did. Then you have the incomes as well, and here also you can see either by category or by name. So individual expenses will show, incomes will show. So that's there. Then you also have the accounts now. So here you can see the balance of each account on the latest day of the month, and it is compared to the last day of the previous month. So for example, today is like June 24, so it's showing the current balances, and it's showing how much it is higher from the last recorded balance of December. So that's also there, and the total balance also, like you can see how much balance has increased compared to previous months. You also have the cash flow. So how much taking the incomes and expense, how much cash flow, how much income money basically you added to your accounts. So that's there. Similarly, you have the yearly report as well. You can see, for now, currently we only have the January. Once all the months are there, you can see like all the months and how much income you did, how much expense, and the cash flow in this one row itself. So, for example, if I had to go to reports database, reports page, you can see all the monthly reports, all the past monthly reports as well. And apart from that, you also have the settings here. So basically you can change the report in a lot of other ways also. So for example, here itself you can change the currency. So let's say you want to set the currency to be, let's say, percentage itself. So you can see percentage here in all the places. Now that's pretty easy to change the currency with this. And similarly you also have the currency format. So what you can see is basically by default in the previous version you will see the entire number, which is kind of hard to read. So we have added this shortening thing. So you can just shorten in by the decimal value. You can select here. So let's say you want to shorten with 0, so no decimal value will show up, and it will be shortened to km and all of the numbers to clearly show the numbers. And these settings are basically same as here, category, debit card, and these three values. So whatever you set here will be set in all the reports, all the existing reports, and all the new reports will be created with this same setting. So that's the default setting here. Then let's go back, and then we also have the accounts. So for example, so currently we have support for both accounts and credit cards. And the thing with credit cards is that obviously it's not possible to identify how much fees will be attached to each transaction, each expense. So you have to manually set the balance. So you can just edit this value here and set it. And after that, we also have inside you can see more steps. So for example, here you can see the income, expense, transfer out, transfer in, and apart from that, in this is the accounts, not the credit card. So here you can basically, what you can do is, let's just say your balance is of 13,000 and you don't know what that additional income was. So what you can simply do is just change this to 13,000 complete balance and add income. So basically what this will do is just add the difference as an income to the database. So for example, currently it is 13,000. So if I add it, it will turn into 13,000. Go back to the home and you can see a new miscellaneous income has been added with the difference. So it's pretty easy to basically identify how much the gap is. Similarly, you can add expenses as well. So let's say you are unable to figure out what is the additional expense. Instead of manually subtracting and adding it to set up the balance, you can just use this feature to easily add the expense with the difference. So that's there. And in case of credit cards, you can obviously set balance for credit cards. Here you can set here the balance with this feature and just set balance. And apart from that, you can pay a bill here. So basically this will create a new expense with all the right details filled, and you can set the limit and you can see the utilization, the how much fees you have paid. So you're recording obviously all the expenses, so this will show how much extra you paid for as the fees for on the credit card. Next we have the budgets. So now with this budget view, you can also see last month budget. So assuming the last month budget, monthly budget was same as this month, you can see the progress and how much you actually spent last month. So you can compare the current month with the last month. Then you have the subscriptions, account transfers, and you can quickly pay and see overdue subscriptions here. We'll get into this individually. Let's go into account space. So in account space, you can see income by account, expense by account, transfers, total balance. You can see transfer in, transfer out for this month, this year, and all. And you can see all your credit cards and accounts here. Then we have transactions. So here you can see all your transactions, recent, daily, monthly, yearly incomes, and in graph visual. Similarly for the expenses, you can see expenses by recent, daily, monthly, yearly, all of that, and you can see by graph visual and the budget tracker here. Next we have subscriptions. So you can see subscriptions like only the monthly subscription, how much is the monthly cost you're paying every month, and how much specifically for the annual cost. So this is filter for only the subscription that you are paying billing annually. And you have all subscriptions by yearly cost. So monthly subscriptions are converted to how much the yearly cost is, and you can see how much total amount you are paying every year with this chart. You can see all your subscription in a timeline, and you have a lot more views here. You can see active, cancel, monthly, annual. So these are billing, these are status, this is by category, by account, and renewal this week, renewal next week, and all. So all of that you have. And apart from that, you can actually set in subscription to be auto pay. So what this will do is basically on the day of next renewal, it will set the last renewal to be the next renewal. So you don't have to manually click on pay. You can also again set a recurring expense in your database, expenses database, and you don't have to manually add the expenses for the subscriptions every month. So that's you have that. Then you have the credit cards. So in the credit cards page, you can see stats on your credit card, like card expenses you are doing every month, year, weekly, card payments you are doing, the limit of each card, the utilization you are doing for each card, the balance of each card you have, and the availability, how much available balance left. And you can also set the balance here, the limit. You can see all the other things in this table view. And next we will move to the wealth. So wealth tracker is a independent template, so it's not linked to any of the other pages on other databases. You can simply add all your wealth, all your assets and cash and everything, and you can manually update the values monthly or yearly. You can see your wealth and how much it represents, how it's going, all of that with the logs. Next we have data. So here you can see the date payment volume. You can see the various stats on the dates. This is obviously linked to the expenses database. You can track all your expenses towards the dates, and you can see how much progressing. You can click on this pay button, quickly pay it expense, and you can see date payments by month and year and other stats. Then we have lending. So here you can see lendings to your relatives or friends. You can track that here with this database, and you can add lend amount or add received amount with these quick action buttons, and you can see some more stats on lendings. Next we have savings, and here you can see all your savings that you have already completed, and you can see, you can track the progress of the savings. You can see here in board view and how much you require in total in this chart. Apart from that, you also have the Finance Manager Plus, which is included in Finance Manager itself. You don't have to pay extra for it. But what this offers is that you can sync all your transactions automatically with the help of Finta. So basically, all your bank connections, accounts, and everything will be linked through Finta to your bank account, and it will be automatically synced to Finance Manager. So you don't have to manually add any of the income, expenses, or category or investment or any of that. It will completely automated, and we also have this investment tracker in case of the Finance Manager Plus. Apart from that, we also have the other currency space. So basically, let's just say you are not using US dollar, let's say you are using euro. Yeah, you have the option to basically select one of the currency, and all the currency properties are already set to that particular currency, and you can easily get started. And let's just say if you don't have the currency in the list, you can request it with this form. So this is the entire finance template. We have the link for this template on the description of this video. Thanks for watching.